Okay, so we're doing passing today, part two. We're gonna do like a headquarters style passing, and I'll show you kind of like how we talked about linking it up with half guard passing. But we're just gonna go over like the idea behind the positioning of it, and this is gonna be like a style you're gonna want to use to kind of tire your opponent out, right? This is a good way to drain their tank before you start trying to pin them, because if you try to pin somebody that's fresh, it can be kind of tough. A lot of people at the competition yesterday figured that out. Like they maybe saw an opportunity and they tried to jump on top, but they just immediately got bucked off. So we need to kind of tire people out a little bit before we go to pin them down. So I feel like this is a really good way to make them work a lot harder than you. Something I always kind of think about conceptually for passing is something Rickson Gracie said, which is like, we can try to memorize a million different passes, and that's great, but if you understand the concept of passing, which is just weight distribution and angle management, everything makes more sense, right? If I can just get my weight into you and manage the angles I'm applying that weight, I'm probably going to be a lot more successful with my passing. So this style, at the last ADCC, Kainan Duarte had a lot of success with this. Like, he ran through everybody, and he was basically doing the same thing, which was just HQ passing, tiring them out, passing them out, and then finishing from there. So we'll start with just the position itself, just supine, and kind of how you're going to want to approach. When you're coming in on a supine guard, what we don't want to do is just kind of walk in. He's gonna post. I'm giving him too much game, right? So we want to take an angle, right? If he comes in, I'm going to use my C cups, right? My Lego man grips, and I kind of want to be on the ankles here because this is going to give me a little bit better of a way to control. If I can pin his heels to his butt, it's going to reduce his hip mobility. So as I come in, I'm going to be here, this angle. I'm going to step off of it at an angle, right? I'm going to try to come in at kind of a 45 degrees. So when I step in to here, I just kind of drop my hips. I'm not going to drop all the way into a typical HQ. I'm just kind of sinking my hips, and I'm going to let him move around a little bit, right? As he starts to move, I'm just here. I'm just kind of chasing. This knee that's in between my legs, I want to beat this knee this way. I want it pointed away. If his knee's here, this is where he can start to elevate me and get me overhead, kick me back, right? But if I can pummel this knee here and put my weight into him, now I can drive down. Now we're in this HQ spot. One of the things you can think about is just posting on his chest and pressing in. The more tense he gets and starts trying to push me away, the more I'm going to kind of relax back a little bit, right? I don't want to meet his force with force here, because if he's tense and I'm pushing, now I'm rigid, now he can buck me off, right? If I'm just kind of sitting back in base and I'm kind of soft and he tries to elevate me, it's a lot harder. I have base here, right? When I say base, I mean my connection to the ground. That's basically what I mean when I say base. The more connected to the ground I am, the harder I am to move. Weight distribution is my weight connected to him. So we step in. All we're going to do, come in, get an angle, step real aggressively towards this hamstring. The more you can get that knee towards his face, the better. Then this foot, sink down on it. I like to drop my chest here, and I kind of stay standing almost, right? So that if he starts trying to elevate me or anything, I'm pretty mobile. I can move my feet, post on him, I can post on the ground, and then I can start going into my passes. So just work on that entry for a couple of minutes, set your weight into those hips, have them move around a little bit, feel chasing them, and then we'll start to go into all our passing options from there. 1, 2.